Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's a pleasure to have your company. What a quick turnaround. I mean, it's we had a little bit of a sandwich. Me and Fiona might have had a little bit of a gossip between the bookshelf, and she had a bit of a sit down. It's been lovely, it really has. But it's a pleasure to have you back because this, of course, is Colour Me Happy. It's our weekly destination colouring show. And also, it's one of, I would say, probably the most interactive shows that we have in our whole schedule of the week as well. Loads of you send us some of the awesome colouring that you've been doing. Loads of you a bit more time on your hands now as well. So maybe, well, I'm hoping we get even more pictures sent to us today. You can get involved. Send us anything you want to share with us. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. If you want to have a bit of a natter and a bit of a gossip, if you've got any salacious gossip for us, then pop it onto Facebook or on YouTube. We'll pick it up. We'll have a bit of a natter as we go through the show. Now, I'm not alone. Oh no, Fiona is back with me. How are you, Fiona? I know that the theme of this show is really one of your faves, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I love things, everything inking, everything coloury, watercolours particularly. And the reason I love watercolours so much is because I think for a beginner colourer, they are one of the best places to get started because you can get the most sensational results, you really can. So look at that, these beautiful bluebells, and with the range that we've got, and we've got two different ranges of pens, I should say, on the show today, both of which are watercolour based. And actually what it means is you get a choice. So we have got some of the tri-blend aquas, and that's what I'm showing you right now. So you can do that precision colouring. You can get those wonderful fades out. You can be mixing your own colours. You can actually stamp with these as well. Take a look at that. Oh my word. And if you really want to, you can get creative and do your own direct to paper colouring, isn't it? Even when I've got it on upside down. There you go. Isn't that just gorgeous? The colours are vibrant, beautiful and easy to achieve. We're going to have great fun. And if you've got any questions, do come in and we'll see if we can answer them. And if not, I bet you there's someone in the crafty community who's watching who absolutely will be able to help. Yeah, absolutely they will. And it really is, I think, because having worked with Fiona in a colouring show before, there's going to be techniques. It's a foregone conclusion. And they might, as Fiona said, garner some questions. So you can absolutely pop those to me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube, and you'll be able to, I'll be able to share with you, well, hopefully, get the answer for you from the lovely Fiona. Now, we're going to be looking at, are these full? I hope it is. Have I got a full one? We're going to be looking at, firstly, our tricolour markers. Now, I want to share with you these because they are absolutely awesome. They are the newest in the range when it comes to our Aqua markers, and in essence, they are the same sort of principle as our tri-blend pens, but they are tricolour. So what it means is you've got three different colours within each pen. Not in the fact that they are, you know, three different shades of the same colour, three different colours completely. Now, you're going to get in here as well the case itself, which is awesome. I must let you know the case itself is worth $11.99. I mean, so you take that off the price. The pens, this is a really awesome opportunity to get a full set of pens at a great price. I should let you know as well that the Great Outdoors are back in stock. Now, the collection, the Great Outdoors, it's sold out in the launch show of these tricolour markers, and it is back and ready to go right now. Here they are. Here is exactly what you're going to get. So what you can see is you've got in each one of the collections, this is the basics colour collections, you've got the 9 different colours. Each 3 colours blend together, and then you can use all 3 colours. Do you know what? I'm not going to explain the concept. I'm going to let Fiona explain the concept because she's going to do a much nicer job of it than I am. Okay, so when we're looking at the the primaries, let me just pull them out so I can actually show you what we're talking about. Here we go. Let me just pop these out. So, colours are described as warm or cool. That basically means whether they've got a red undertone or a bluey undertone to them. That's what that means. So, for example, if I show you, okay, I'll show you up here. There we go. So can you see, that's a red and that's a red. This is an orangey red, you'd describe it.
and this is a bluey red. And if you're somebody like me, I tend to wear bluey colours, bluey red colours, so colours which have got a cool undertone. And many of you will understand that, and they'll know you usually like red, but you'll put a red on which is an orangey red, and you'll go, it's not quite doing it for me. And that's the same with these. So you've got your warm and your cool blue. So again, in the primaries, you can talk about, I know it might sound strange to talk about a warm blue, but you can get a warmer blue and a cooler blue as well. So you can see you've got your two different sets there, but then you get your complementary colours. So basically what that means is you've got a complementary mauve, which is going to complement, if I stick it in the middle there, so you can see it's going to complement your cool blue and your warm blue. If I turn it round the other way, can you see, there's your cool red, there's your complementary colour, and there's your warm red. So that's how they work together. And then in the middle, you'll just have to trust me on this, I'll try and show you, but you've got alpine green, so you've got a warm yellow, which is your sunflower, you've got your complementary alpine green, and your cool yellow, which is a daffodil. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely does.
And what's more, you don't have to remember any of that. Few, everybody says, because in every pack of the tri-blend, you get this really handy leaflet. So it tells you all about the markers, and on the reverse, look at this. It explains about complementary colours, primary and secondary colours, and colour temperature. So everything is with you, and you get that fabulous wallet, which is going to fit the brand new collection in there.
Yeah, and so affordable as well for a whole collection of something. It's the most recent launch in our Spectrum Noir range. So what you've got is the basics. So you can see each one of the pens blends beautifully, and they all complement each other, as Fiona was telling us there. So you can see that's what you've got there. You're also going to get the essentials as well. You're going to get these three markers within the collection, as well as the Floral Meadow. And this one. Now this was the one that was out of stock. Isn't it so beautiful? This rich floral is really, really gorgeous. I know you're going to absolutely love these. £38 or $57 becomes actually, as a platinum member, £31.18 or $42.40. So that is incredible value for money for a whole collection of something. Now, I think they're great if you're a beginner, because you're just kind of like a go-to. You can pick them up, you can start working with them. Maybe you want to go for the original Aqua markers that we have. Now, the original Aqua markers are awesome. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to let Fiona do the show on her own today, I think. The original Aqua markers, Fiona,
okay.
I know these are, you really love these, don't you? And have loved these for a really long time. What makes these so special?
I've loved these since they first came out, and these were the only kids on the block. And the reason I love these was they feel like a pen in your hand. So if you're new to colouring in, they feel like you're holding a pen, and you can hold it. So it's fine by turning it to one side. If you like a wider pen, you just turn it round, and you've got that lovely hexagonal shape, so they're really easy to hold in your hand. You have your two tips on this. So in this one colour, you get your brush nib, and you can see mine are well loved. You can see your brush nibs will be beautiful. My brush nibs have had a bit of a bashing, they always do. But this is one of my original sets. So you can see you've got the brush nib on one end, and you've got this really fine tip, which you don't get in the tri-blends, on the other end. So if you like adding really fine detail, go for your Aqua markers, the original. The only difference is, in the Aqua markers, you get one colour per pen, but you get two nibs. In the tri-blends, which are slightly longer, you've got three separate colours in one pen. So if storage is an issue, or you just want to have a play, it's your first dib in, I would say go for the tri-blend Aquas, because you're going to get 36 colours in that set, and you're going to get a lovely folder to pop them in. If, however, you've got the original sets of 12 Aquas, the sets we've got on today, which are the Earths, the Brights, the Neutrals and the Landscape, I think, and Joe can show you the cards and colours for those, will match perfectly if you've got the original sets of 12, which were florals and others. Yes, florals and many others. But they complement. There's the only time really we've added an additional range of 24 colours to the original 48 we set off with. 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I mean they've been both sets so incredibly busy. Let me take you through what you're getting in the Aquas. So in the Aquas, you're going to get the Earth, and the Earth has a sage green, bramble, tawny, clay, peat and flint. You've also then got the Brights, and in the Brights you're going to receive flame red, sunshine, alpine green, azure blue, Prussian blue, and also the hot pink. My sofa is called Prussian blue. I didn't know we did a colour called Prussian blue, yeah. And then I've also got, my sofa is not hot pink. No, someone maybe suggested. Landscape's got meadow, forest, sea green, lake blue, sandstone and bark. If I could have found a hot pink sofa, I would have had a hot pink sofa. Don't you worry about that. Daffodil, fern, verdant green, rose red, fuchsia and tulip are what's coming to you in the botanicals as well. The thing is, both of them exceptional value, whichever collection you're going for. 12 markers in the tricolours, giving you 36 colours, but you've also, in this collection, you've got 24 markers, so you're getting more marker for your money, if you will. It really is completely up to you. Both sets are amazing. I think I'm right in saying that all the techniques that you're going to see can be done with both sets. Yeah, absolutely. So it's completely up to you which ones you want to go for. Let me share with you what a few of you are saying online. I would love to know, actually, of you out there, who's got the Aquas and who's got the tricolours. A lot of love for the tricolours immediately in the comments. Mary saying hello, Sarah saying hi, Suzette's here, I can say. Helen saying hello again, as well as Clarice and Ray, Janet, Mary, Fred, Patty. People saying hi from all over. Stephen has the tri-pen, says they're amazing. Betsy in Texas says she's ready for round 2. She says, I've got the Aqua markers, really looking forward to the demo. And Sonia says, snooze you lose you old Sonia. Says Fiona, I do love my regular Aqua markers. Right, any questions that you want to know as we go through? You want to send me any pictures? Absolutely, I'd love to see them of everything that you have been colouring. Don't forget also, because it's Colour Me Happy, we've got a free download for you on the website. Go to crafterscompanion.com/colour-me-happy. That's where you need to go to get that. /hyphen. So make sure
I thought you were going to start rapping then.
Sorry?
Joe.
Oh no, absolutely not. I wouldn't put you. I really wouldn't put you through it. Now maybe you want to go for some stamps. We've got some stamps that would work beautifully with these Aqua markers that we've got available for you on the show. We have got the Lee Holland stamps. These have been so incredibly busy since we launched them. Gorgeous little dragons is what you're looking at on all of these. £36 or $50 is your price. Now, the Annabelle Spenceleys are also always very, very popular. I love these. They're both quite playful, these sets of stamps. Whoa, hang on a minute.
Is that right?
Is that right? Are we, no, honestly, seriously. Half price. I've never seen them anywhere near that price. I haven't. Is it a mistake? Right,
well, do you know what? Grab them, because you've got the cheerleader, you've almost got the Born to Shop in there, you've got that wonderful one with the hot chocolate, you've got the big hat. These are great for your girlfriends.
Amazing.
These really are fantastic,
Absolutely.
fantastic.
And really young and sort of modern and vibrant, which is what I love about them too.
Really
£14.75 or $20.95. And you can use your Club Inspire discount. I think, do you know what? If you said maybe you were going to be good and not get anything today, that I would say is going to satisfy some creative cravings. Definitely grab those. If you don't own them at that price, you need to have them in your basket. Something else we're going to show you a little later. Brand new this week, it's the Gemini Birthday Month Floral Stamp and Die Collection with how many elements? 223 elements, no less. £160 or $187. I will take you through that in a little bit more detail a little later in the show. But again, work beautifully then with colour, and of course your aqua markers or your tricolour aqua markers are going to work beautifully with that. Maybe you need something to do the stamping in order to do the colouring. back in stock. Remember as well, ink pad masterclass, myself and Fiona tomorrow. Don't miss that. But if you want to go for the Finesse waterproof ink pad collection, we've got them here for you. £12.72 or £19.09.
And I believe, looking at that, you've got the Noir Black in there.
You have indeed.
Okay, I have not seen that in stock for forever.
Oh, grab it whilst we have got it. Well, I know we were talking about it in our earlier show, Fiona, because our ink pads come from the States. So with the whole lockdown situations that we've all been going through, we have really struggled to keep a lot of our ink pads in stock. But we have restocked a lot. So if there's ones that you've been thinking about and you've been looking for, and you've been waiting for come back in stock, maybe now's a good chance to get yourself over to the website and have a look through all of the ink pads that we have in stock at the moment. We're going to look firstly at the tricolour. So I'm just going to remind you of what you are getting. You're going to get 4 packs in here. So you're going to get the basic, you're going to get the essential neutrals, you're going to get your floral meadow, and this one, it's been like hen's teeth, this one. The Great Outdoors is back in stock. That means it is a full collection. And remember, not only are you getting those, you're also going to get that carry case included as well. I think if you were looking for something, you know, as a care package, Fiona, wouldn't this be awesome? You know, if you know someone, maybe now that we're back in lockdown, back on a full lockdown, maybe you know someone that's working from home or is furloughed or any of these different things, got a bit of time on their hands, we can send you the bill and then the products. And I think for £38, what an awesome gift to send out to someone else.
It's fantastic. I mean, come and have a closer look at this wallet, because it is just superb quality. This is not just a cheap and cheerful wallet. You've got that lovely webbing handle on there, which is reinforced. You've got that lovely neoprene as well. It is Spectrum Noir branded. A beautiful zip which goes all the way around, and you can see really smooth zip as well. But look at this, you've even got a pocket on the outside here. So if you've got stamps you're taking to a crop or something, you've got pockets that you can just pop them in there as well. So you don't have to have a separate bag. And then that complete collection of the tri-blends will fit perfectly. Now, that is really important because look, that's a standard length pen that I've got here, that bottom one. That's a tri-blend pen. So having a case with the tri-blend pen means it's going to fit perfectly. I mean, obviously you can put your regular pens in there as well. It's not going to be a problem, but to have the length that you need to fit your tri-blends in is really, really important. Really important. That's the distance. So it's fantastic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to assume you've not. By the way, just to complicate things further, if you're wondering about which ones to go for, the choice really is yours. And the other thing is they play really nicely together. So if you have got a few of the Aquas and you want to actually just extend your range, this is a good way of doing it because you're going to get your 3 different colours in each pen. So we're going to start with the cool primaries. So you've got your red, your yellow and your green. So you can very simply, if you want, you can see you've just got that very beautiful brush nib. So if you want, you can get the perfect colour. Now, the other thing that I'm using here, that, there you are, how beautifully does that go down? Isn't that wonderful? That wonderful blend. But what you can also do is you can pull that colour out. So let me just look at this. You can start to pull that colour out so you can apply it neat, if you like, to the cardstock and then pull that colour. Look how far it's going.
I'm always shocked, Fiona, at how far that colour stretches out because that's the quality of these pens, isn't it? And you wouldn't go to, for 30, you're looking at this £38, a full set of these, 36 different colours and a carry case. If you had £38 to simulate on the high street on watercolour pens, I don't know, you tell me, but I'm imagining that you'd struggle to get pens that perform like this.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Now I'm using Crafter's Companion watercolour card. I would strongly recommend, if you're going for these pens today and you don't have any of our watercolour card, get it in there, whether you go for the watercolor card packet or whether you go for the actual pad itself, the watercolor pad, you need to get it, because that is when you're going to get these fantastic, fantastic results. Now, you can start it there, but then what you can also do is you can mix colors. So what I'm going to do for this is just use my glass mat as a bit of a very quick, cheeky palette. So
Can
here we
you
go.
mix your own colours on a mat, Fiona? On like a glass mat or a sort of craft mat?
Yeah, so if I take a bit of that blue into that yellow,
Oh wow.
there you are. We're going to get that very, there we go. Can you see? You've
Yep.
got that beautiful, beautiful pale, pale green there. And you can make it deeper if you want. But equally, if you want, you could, we'll have another bit of yellow there. And you've got the red going on. So I could mix the red with the yellow. And here we go.
Would
red
you
with the yellow.
Would you ever put
Look at that.
the ink on the cardstock and then go over the ink with another colour, or do
Yeah.
you try not to? Do you try not to let the nibs touch? If you got the blue on the red nib, would it ruin the nib? I think that was a very convoluted way of getting there, wasn't it, Fiona?
That's fine. I'm kind of there with you. I kind of know what you're after, but yeah. Oh, actually, I've changed to the warm colours now, but that's fine. I'll just show you what happens when you mix these two together. So you can also mix your warmer colours together. Look.
Oh wow.
So that
you're
is
gonna
a
be mixing
warm red
so many
mixed
colours.
together. Yeah, and what I love about these is the colour is staying true. What you're not getting is you're not getting any splitting, so it's not dividing into its component parts. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yes.
Right, so I did red and blue a minute ago. You can see it there, and I got that rather deep, warm purple. But if you do the cool red and blue, and I'll put this here so you can see. Can you see the difference? So both were red and blue, but that is a mix of the cool tones. That's a mix of the warm tones. Can you see? So even in that 3 set of pens, you have got endless possibilities of actually mixing your own colours. So imagine this is where we're starting, but we're going to play so much more.
Of course. What I would say as well, of course, you've got this 2 hours with Fiona. It's a great opportunity for you to get any questions into me, and I'll pop them across to Fiona on Facebook or on YouTube. What I would say as well, if you love this, you love the concept, our Aqua markers, we've got multiple Colour Me Happy shows available to you on our website. Go back and watch them all back. You can search for them very, very easily. Well, there has also been at least one, to my knowledge, full Colour Me Happy show on the tricolour markers. There was a launch party show, I believe, on the tricolour markers as well. So there's going to be, if you're discovering Colour Me Happy maybe for the first time, and you're thinking, oh, I love the idea of this, but what am I going to do when I get them home? Am I going to have the support, the education that I need to create all these different things? Absolutely you will, because here at Crafters TV we'll make sure you do, and also YouTube and our website is an absolute wealth of information on all of these different techniques and lots of tips for you as well. Very, very busy on the tricolours. £38 or $57 gets you all of them and the case as well. We've had a very busy start, Fiona. I think it's great as well. Would you agree that I've alcohol coloured before, and you can definitely do it from scratch, but of all the sort of colouring mediums we bring you, this has got to be the ultimate one for beginners, wouldn't you think?
I would say so, because you do need to have a little bit of technique when you're using the alcohol markers. It is something, it's quite easy. We make it very simple with our tri-blend system so that you can get into the groove, if you like, very easily. But for me personally, the water-based watercolour markers are the way to go. I just think you're going to have such fun experimenting with these, and we're going to be doing some very, very simple backgrounds with these as well. But first off, I'm going to show you how you can use them just with a stamp, because I'm sure that is how many of you are going to use them. You're going to want to know, well, what can I do with a stamp? So I'm going to be using this birthday range, and I'm looking forward to spring. So I thought the daffodil is very appropriate. So we're going to use that beautiful daffodil. So in the packet, you get this fantastic daffodil. You get all of these sentiments. So you get hello sunshine, sending smiles, daffodil, a daffodil bud, which I love. Then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils by Williams Wordsworth. I'm sure that's, so I'm not a poet, but there you are, you get the gist. And then you get all of the dies you need to cut them out. So,
what month is your birthday, Fiona?
Pardon?
What month is yours?
My birthday is in June.
June?
Yes, and mine's a rose.
You are a rose.
I am.
Well, you are the rose of Crafters TV. Shall I just put this down so you
bless.
can see? I don't know what my birthday flower is, you know. I'm going to have a little look.
When's your birthday?
September.
Oh, I
I'm an
think
aster.
September. Is it?
I've never heard.
Yes.
Oh, it's quite nice. It looks a bit like a peony, doesn't it?
That's very lovely. That's gorgeous. That's like you, Joe.
Really floral and.
If Joe was a flower, Joe would be an aster.
I absolutely would.
Okay, so
I don't know why it's tickled me, Fiona, but it has.
there we are. Here, now what I'm doing now is you can see, one of the things about these birthday month stamps, if you have missed all the shows, where have you been? But if you have missed all the shows, these stamps were drawn by our Sarah Kay. She is an incredible lady who started working here at one of the shops and was very quickly, it was clear that she was an incredible talent, and she started running classes. If you've ever been to Craftaganza or you've heard of Craftaganza, Sarah is a long-suffering lady who was my classroom assistant for 2 years running, and yeah, I love her to bits. But she is the most incredible artist, and the lovely thing, look how beautifully that stamps, look how beautifully it stamps. And because Sarah loves colouring, she draws so that you can colour in really easily. Do you know what I mean? She's got that in her mind when she's drawing the stamps. So I'm also going to use, because I've got it and I love it, this wonderful, if you've not seen this, oh my word.
Isn't it awesome,
It is
Fiona?
my favourite ever. This is the Tiffany rotating design board. I love mine. I really do love it. It has a clip that you can take off, so it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed, you can put that clip wherever you want. It's not going to get in your way. But I am going to do this because I just get great pleasure out of doing it. It is really robust, by the way. You'll be surprised at how weighty and how good the construction is of this when you get it home. But look.
It's
I
awesome,
won't
isn't it?
keep doing it because I'll make you dizzy and me dizzy. But this is the thing. It very easily spins. It's a wonderful turntable. And it's one of those things which just makes things like colouring in really easy, because that way you can turn the image and not having to turn your hand
Great for
all the way
standing stuff
round.
on as well, you know. Like if you
Yeah,
want to pop your
brilliant.
Gemini on a turntable. I know Lizzie Curtis loves to pop her Gemini on a bit of a spinny table. You can pop it on there. Also, great for, get a bit of a bigger tray, sit it over and put your takeaway on and pretend that you're at a restaurant. I mean, we can't go out at the moment, we can't go to restaurants, but you can create a lazy Susan at home, get the chopsticks out, you know, squint a bit. You might pretend you're in your favourite Chinese restaurant.
Absolutely, and why not? So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm using the deeper yellow from the warm colours, just to go over where Sarah has very helpfully put that shading, which was really handy of her, thank you very much. And you can see, because you've got that brush nib, it enables me just to get in where I need it to go. And you've got Japanese brush nibs on these, they are fantastic. So there, you can see immediately you've got that colour. But if I went in with that paler yellow, ironically called daffodil, I could just do the whole image. Look at this. Just direct to paper. How amazing is that? So you don't have to use water with these. You can, and that's the way I often use them, but you don't have to, because look at that.
That looks awesome. And such great coverage.
How quick? How quick is that? Because the two yellows, just beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? They work so well together, don't they?
They
I mean,
really do.
and I love that vibrant pop, because for me, that's what daffodils are all about. They're about that sort of, hello, it's spring. Isn't that stunning?
Oh, hopefully not too long. We'll start to get some daffodils soon, Fiona. Not too long now.
Absolutely gorgeous. Right, okay, so I'm going to just, because I want to do this image just straight from the pens, you can then colour in. Now look again, I've got this lovely green. Now this is the Botanic Natural green. I love this. I just love this. So I haven't even put any water on these. So if you really just want to colour direct to cardstock, there is nothing stopping you doing that at all. Look,
Beautiful.
isn't that gorgeous?
Do you know, I've never seen them used like this, Fiona.
Have you not?
No, I've not seen them used directly on, just direct to card to colour a full image, obviously. But no, I think it's a really interesting way to use them.
I think it's about, yes, at home I would probably not. I would probably use them as a palette and blend my own colours. But you need to know what you can do with them beforehand. And there are no rules with watercolouring. There are absolutely no rules. But if I wanted to blend those two colours together, let's say, for sake of argument, let me just go in with my brush, and you can just tease that colour out. What I'm going to do is just scribble that on, because that is still a bit moist. And then, here we go. Look.
How awesome.
I mean, it's just, and how quick is this? You would very rarely see me colour a whole image, ever. Very rare. As rare as hen's teeth, to be honest, but me colouring a whole image with my alcohol pens, because it takes a while. But what I love about this is the immediacy of it. I really do. And you know, if you go over a bit like I have there, you can see I've got a little bit of green where I didn't want it to be. I'm just going to go in with a bit of water.
Oh, that's
dilute
quite good. You can blend that out.
Look, take it
How
away.
awesome.
Isn't that it? But yeah, isn't it a fun way of doing it? And if I wanted that to, let's say it was one of those ones which had a quieter, if I want to just give that a little bit more definition, maybe it's one of those ones with that little orangey ruff around the side. I can, that point is fine enough on the tri-blends that I can just hit that really fine.
Do you know, we get to this
detail.
point of the winter,
I love it.
Fiona, and I start to get that sort of, you know, the longing for summer. Because winter's all good and well, isn't it? It's exciting, I think,
Yeah.
until you get Christmas out of the way.
Yeah.
And then it's like...
Have you taken down your Christmas decorations yet?
Yeah, I took them... I think people are going to tell me off. I took them down on the 28th. Yeah.
Gosh. Well,
I think it might be bad luck, but, you know, I took them down on the 28th.
I was about to say we took them down on the 5th and 6th, but we didn't. My long-suffering husband took them down because
Right.
I was away working. But it was really strange getting back to the house and suddenly realising that the lights weren't on the outside of the house. So look, what I've got here is I've just got a little bit of the pale blue, and what I'm going to do is just blend that out to nothing. Look, just to...
Oh, wow.
Just to frame that image a wee bit. It's so easy, isn't it?
Beautiful.
So easy. So that's pretty much a whole image coloured just for the fun of it, and because I can, and because I like it. So you've seen how you can use them direct to paper. You can... Yeah, I love it. I love it. It is so
I wish
good.
you were
Sorry.
looking. They're chasing you around all over the place over there.
Oh, are they? Should I have put it nearer? But do you know what? For me personally, doing it, the camera will get there, but I'm having fun. So there we go. We're just going to add. I'll do it on that side for you. There you go. Shall I pull the board down a wee bit? Then you can see it. Oh, bless you. But anyway, it just proves how easy it is to do it, notwithstanding the fact that the poor cameraman's now got, or the poor director's now got a headache, and is probably cursing me and won't let me back in his lovely studio again. But look, there you go. Isn't that pretty?
Absolutely beautiful.
Isn't it pretty? Stamp March in there or a sentiment down there. You've got a little notelet ready to go.
And again, at the same time, Fiona, we could have done that with the original Aqua markers if we'd chosen to as well, and got exactly the same technique.
Yes, absolutely. That is the fun of it.
Awesome. Right, I'm going to recap the tricolours for you. Sorry, I've made a right mess over here. It's funny, isn't it?
That's my job.
I used to, in the old studio, I had about this much room, and I used to contain my mess into that much room. It still looks all right. Now I've got this much room, and you wouldn't believe already how decontained my mess is. Let me share with you what you're getting in those tricolours. So you're going to get the essential neutrals. Remember, you're getting the 9 colours across the bottom here, across the 3 different pens. So in the essential neutrals, you've got the earthy neutrals, that has the 3 colours, and then you've got rich neutrals, grey neutrals. They blend beautifully and seamlessly together. They've been curated so that they don't give you any kind of muddiness or anything like that, and then actually complementary to each other, so that if you were sitting down to maybe paint a project or to watercolour a project, you could just use those 3 pens and they would work well for you. Exactly the same there in the Great Outdoors. Now the Great Outdoors, first time you've seen the Great Outdoors in stock since we launched the tricolour. So if maybe you already got the other 3 packs and the storage, if you wanted to come in and get the Great Outdoors on their own, I believe they are available now on this show individually. So you can come in. If this is the one you're missing, you want to complete that set, then that is there now ready for you as well. So do come in and grab those. Colour Basics is this one just here with the warm primary, the cool primary, the complementary, and also then the bright floral, the warm fiery, and the fresh verdant. Individually, if you want to get the, where has it gone? The Great Outdoors, you want it individually, you'll need to go to the website, the main website. So just go to the homepage, type in Great Outdoors, and it will take you to it. It is there in stock now at $9.99, which is great. Of course, the best way to get the best value is to get this collection that's on your screen at the moment, because if you want to grab that, Platinum members £30.40 or $45.60, which is awesome. All of the pens, and you're getting the case included even. Get that case involved. You're getting the case included as well. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, Fiona. Poor Fiona. I love there's a move as well. That's obviously now the international move for get that case involved. Oh, now I snorted. And breathe. Right, so the great thing is that you've got a full collection here in the case, because you've only got 12 markers to collect in here, but within those 12 markers you've got 36 colours. So I just think this is great. I think these are great, and I'm sure Fiona will agree with me. Even if you had the full collection of the Aqua markers at home, I reckon you'd go for these, because you take these on a train, on a plane, on holiday, to a craft retreat. I mean, they're just so easy and portable, aren't they?
They are, they really are, and I love the fact that if you're new to colouring, what they're going to do is they're going to give you those complementary colours. You're going to have your warm and your cool, so the minute you pick them up, you can be confident. So if you're not confident on which colours go with which, you pick your complementary colours out of each pack, which is just fantastic, isn't it? So if I want, for example, some earthy neutrals, I'm going to pick up the pen which says earthy neutrals, and I know I've got a light, a medium and a dark colour, which means I can do my blending beautifully. So everything is there for you, and I think in some ways, because you've got that light, medium, dark going on, if you're an absolute beginner, I would start with your tri-blends, because I think it's easier for you. If you're an absolute beginner and you want to have a play but you don't know where to start with the tri-blends. And again, you know, if you want a rich floral tone, you've got your light, your medium and your dark in the one pen, which is just fab.
Really, really fantastic. You're getting the markers, you're getting the case. And as I said, I think if you were maybe, you know, someone spending a lot of time on their own at the moment, you think maybe they could do with a little bit of a hobby, then this would be awesome. £38 or $57 to get this as a gift for someone else. I think that'd be a really, really lovely, kind gift to have for someone. Right, I want to share with you the birthday month stamp and dies. There was a little bit of pandemonium that you didn't see, because do you know what? They weren't in order. I wasn't going to show you the January one first and the February one second, and I just thought to myself, I just can't do it to myself, and I just can't do it to you. So I frantically have arranged them. They were in order. Honestly, let's blame Debbie Robinson. Right. What I want to do is take you through them. What you're getting, of course, is the stamps and then the dies to cut them out. I love the fact that you get the die I'm going to call them, they're almost like a decoupage die, aren't they? Because what you've got the ability to do is fully cut or then cut the elements that go over. If you ever saw the floral decoupage that we bought out, you know, the pad with the die that overlays, these are a little bit like that, but of a sort of different theme, and you've got the dies to do it separately. If you want to use the stamps on their own, I think you'll have a lovely time using the stamps on their own. Stamps and dies together are going to look gorgeous, and you've then got sentiments within there as well, which is awesome. So this is January, which is a carnation. Do love a carnation. This one here is February. Now February is primrose. Primrose for February. When are your birthdays in the gallery, by the way? March is a daffodil for Adam, was that? For Johnny, sorry. When's Adam's? July. Okay, we'll get there in a moment. There was a long pause there. I didn't think Adam knew his birthday for a second. April is the daisy.
It's been a tough day. We've had snow and everything.
We have indeed. Indeed. Gosh, we've still got an hour and 20 minutes of this left. I don't know where we're going to end up today, Fiona. May is Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley, I would say, is a flower that you don't see a lot of, but it is gorgeous, isn't it?
Isn't
really
it beautiful?
Lovely.
Yeah, really beautiful. And you know, you could turn that into a bluebell as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You could manipulate that one a wee bit to turn it into bluebells if you
100%.
wanted to.
Yeah,
or even, as our wonderful producer was saying, a snowdrop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
It works so well for so many different things. I think that really a good one as well. When you just need a little bit of an embellishing flower, just something to adorn it with. Was it June or July, Adam? July. Okay, June is the rose, which is this one here. Oh, that's our lovely Fiona, of course. And also, I think Craig as well is June.
And that says "You're my best bud" on it.
Oh, yes.
It's also Debbie Fisher, because Debbie Fisher and Craig are birthday twins.
Yes, they are.
Yes, there you go.
My birthday used to be on one day, and now it's on another day, which is a whole other story.
Gosh,
I celebrated my birthday on the wrong day for nearly 20 years. Yeah, I used to celebrate it on the 27th, and it turns out it's actually the 26th.
Oh, well, there you
September.
go.
Delphinium, which is what our lovely Adam is. There you are.
That's
this one here is the gladiolus.
When have you ever seen another stamp of a gladiolus?
No,
I mean, I feel
never.
like I should have Dame Edna Everage glasses on when we're talking about them.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I do think it is a beautiful flower, and that is so delicate. It really is lovely. And when else have you seen one?
No,
I really think
not.
that's the very first
Do you
one
know,
I've
there
ever
was a lot of gladioli in the supermarket the summer just gone. And I had quite a lot of them. I think they're quite nice if you get them and then put another flower with them. You know, have a few of those and a few of something else. Create a bit of a bouquet. Aster, September 26/27th, that's my one. This one here is the marigold, which is October. The chrysanthemum. Whew, I always struggle with that one. That is your November flower that you've got there. I love that one. I think it's gorgeous. And then, I mean, it had to be, didn't it? Poinsettia is your December flower. Remember, though, what you're going to be able to do. Think about how full and lush these are going to be when you multi-cut them and start to layer them up. Think about your hot glues with these. Think about your 3D glue gels and really layering them up. I also think as well, not just for cards, these, Fiona, but for things like corsages or around a box frame, you know, something that you can keep.
Absolutely fantastic idea. Or maybe to decorate a cracker or to make a wreath. Make a paper wreath and just decoupage out loads and loads and loads of them. It looks sensational.
Yeah, absolutely. A great price there on those for you as well. £160 if you are here in the UK, $187 if you are across the pond. And they were just launched a couple of days ago. We launched them on Wednesday. They were exceptionally busy, so make sure you do grab them. I've got to go through some comments because I've had so many comments already from you guys. Terry saying, got the tricolours for Christmas, absolutely love them. Anne Louise saying, I've got Aqua and Classics, totally need the masterclass, love them both. Susan says, absolutely love my tri-blends, makes this beginner colourist look like I know what I'm doing. I need all the help I can get. Marilyn says, can you clarify something, Joe and Fiona? I have the tri-blend complete set. Are they all the same colour as the regular Aqua markers? Do we need both? I had a little look whilst Fiona was doing her last demonstration. You will get some duplicates across the two, wouldn't you, Fiona? But actually,
Yeah,
I think for what you're getting though, considering the amount of extra colours you'd get, would you agree it's worth it for the sake of a few duplicates?
I would say so, absolutely, yes. I mean, you've got, basically what you've got in the Aqua markers is you've got 6 sets of themed pens. So you've got, as it says there, you've got a set for your botanicals, you've got a set for your landscape in there. I can't remember the other 2 which we've got in there, Brights and Earth. So if you think about those, your botanicals will be great for your flowers. Your earth ones are going to be great for landscapes. So in your Aqua markers, where you're getting your sets of 6, they're themed around things you might want to colour with them. With the beautiful, beautiful tri-blends, you're getting 36 instead of 24 colours, and you're getting a wider range. It's almost like the spread is wider of the colour families. If you did them as a rainbow, and I haven't done them as a rainbow, but if you did them as a rainbow, the rainbow would be bigger with the tri-blends.
Everything I do as a rainbow in life, Fiona. It's my motto, you know. If you're not doing it as a rainbow, you're doing it. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
We've had a picture in as well. Isn't this, Fiona, incredible? Take a look at this from Maria. Some pencil drawing here. Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful? That that looks like the Aqua Blend pencils.
Indeed.
I'm peering, and they look like they've got a blue casing, so I would say there are watercolour pencil. So yeah, there are options out there to suit anyone, but actually, look at that, Maria, that dog is alive, isn't it? Oh, to be able to draw like that. One of these days.
He looks like have your leg off.
Gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous?
He does look friendly, doesn't he?
But you know, this is a fun thing. It doesn't matter whether you're as fantastic as Maria or you just want to have a dabble. It really doesn't matter. So if you're a dabbler or you just want to have a play, jump right in. You know,
Absolutely.
We can use the same products and get stunning results because we start from the basis that these are artist quality, but we just make them and put them together in such a way that even if you've never picked up a watercolour brush in your life, you can have a go and get a great result.
Absolutely. And what I love about Crafters TV and the Colour Me Happy shows and Spectrum Noir is that there's no snobbery.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in some colouring circles or arty circles, Fiona, I'm sure, mate, you'll agree with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bit, what's a good word to describe it without being too rude?
Snobby.
Snobbery. It's a bit snobbery sometimes, isn't it? It's a bit
elitist.
Let's say elitist. Great
There you
word.
go.
Thank you, Fiona. Whereas here we're not about that at Crafters TV. We're about all of you being included, whether it's the first time you've picked up a pen or a pencil, or you're an artist that's been colouring and creating amazing things for years and years and years. We have got products and we have got tutorials and education that's going to be able to help every single one of you, from beginner to absolute pro. Loads of you still chatting away as well. Lynn saying how much she loves the Lee Holland stamp. Snooze, you lose, y'all. Sonia says, I love my Annabelle Spencleys. They are awesome. Marilyn loves the tri-blends. Marilyn also says that the storage wallet, which comes with the tri-blends, is fantastic quality. I agree with Fiona there. And Will finally says, Fiona is so clever. She's the queen of colouring, or the fairy godmother maybe of colouring. That's your new title. We can't call you the queen of colouring because that's what I call Leanne. So.
I was going to say, I tell you what, I would class myself as an enthusiastic amateur, most definitely.
Would you?
But yeah, absolutely.
See, you're a pro in my eyes, Fiona.
Oh, yeah, there we go, thanks so much. Anyway, moving swiftly on, I just thought I'd just show you how I finished that off. Just, isn't that simple? So stamp the Hello Sunshine sentiment down the side, and then using the fine tip of one of the Aqua pens, I've just done a squiggly line just round it. But you see, I think that's really quite pretty, and I could pop a stamp on the back of that and send it to someone in the post, maybe. But remember, watercolour card and your watercolour ink, your waterproof ink. You do need to get this waterproof dye ink so that the ink doesn't smudge, and you do need our watercolour card. Right, shall we have a play?
Let's have a play.
I'm going to use a marigold for October, and we're going to have just another bit of fun. So, right, where is my stamping platform? Here we go. So I've got
For a split second then, Fiona, I thought you were going to use a rubber glove. I thought this was a technique. When you said I'm about to use a marigold, I was like, oh, I haven't seen this technique before.
Yes, no.
Marigold, if you're in the US, I believe is a UK brand of of yellow rubber glove, which is what everyone used to use for cleaning back in the day.
Okay, so anyway, on this one, warm fiery colours, warm fiery set. So in the warm fiery set, you can see it, if I pop it there, you can probably see it just about, but trust me, it says warm fiery. But we have got gold, crimson and sunset. So the gold is going to be my lightest colour. So use the side of your brush, not the point, and I'm just colouring directly onto my stamp. There
now,
we
can
go.
we do this with all stamps, Fiona? So photopolymer, acrylic, our rubber stamps,
Yep.
all of these work?
Yeah, and you can do this technique if you do decide that actually you're going to go for your Aqua pens, you can do it with that as well.
Beautiful.
So we're just going to do the centre a wee bit darker, just with the crimson. There we are, maybe a little bit on there. I'm not sure whether that's a leaf or a flower, but it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. And then we're just going to put a tiny bit of that crimson right in the centre there. There we go. And then I'm going to do the leaves. Now, I love stamping with my Aqua markers and my tri-blends, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're trying to get a particular colour into a particular area of your stamp, I think these are a whole heap easier than using an ink pad. So, you know, you look at the fine detail on here, and I want to get just a bit of colour in one place rather than all the way around. These are much easier to play with. So, now I'm going to huff on these, so the noise is going to sound strange. Ready?
It sounds strange if we can't see you when it happens.
Do you know what? I do say bring me into shot, because otherwise it sounds mighty, mighty odd. So then, look, what we can do is we can stamp down with that. And then when I pull that away, look at that.
Oh, lovely.
Look
How
at
cute.
that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to hold this up so you can see it from the front, because then you can actually see I have got different colours right in the centre, right to the outside. So you can see that deep crimson in the centre, then moving way out to the gold, and then you've got that beautiful, beautiful moss green. Doesn't that look pretty?
Just gorgeous.
And of course
it really
you can
is.
do that with any of them. And if you want to make that look a little more solid, what you can do is you can always pull the colour out a tiny bit with water. Now, what I would say is if you're going to pull the colour out, do it fairly quickly, because there is a finite amount of colour in there, and it will dry fairly quickly.
You're using watercolour card all the way through on the show, I'm guessing.
watercolour card. With any of these pens, use watercolour card. You really, 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 really need it.
Marilyn was saying on YouTube that when she first used the watercolour paper from Craft's Companion, she was floored how much of a difference it made to using other papers. It's on the show for you. You get any 3 of them for £10 or $14, 15 sheets. You can get what, 60 sheets of that for £10 or $14, which is great value.
I mean, do your own testing. I did. I actually tested the watercolour paper that we do against some other leading brands, because I was doing something and I wanted to see how the pens performed, and I thought actually the best performance I'm getting is with Crafters Companion watercolour card, and that included some big name brands that I tried it against, and some very posh paper that I got, because I do quite like to have a dabble with watercolour. It is my go-to place because it's one of those things which is very easy to achieve. Now look and see how that has, just that little bit of water has pulled. It's like one of those magic paintings. If you remember, if you're about the same age as me, you might remember we had colouring books which looked as if the pages were blank, and what you did was you added water to them and the picture appeared, and they were magic painting books, and they were absolutely gorgeous. But look how that colour is just exploding. Now I'm going to go in from the lightest colour into the darkest, because I want to maintain that explosion of that beautiful, beautiful orange that we've got here. So remember, this was the warm, fiery colours that I was using. But look at that.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's such good fun. It really, really is. But before I finish that, now that looks good, yeah? Right, before we disappear, you stay there. I want to grab another piece of card because we've still got some ink on that stamp. So what we're going to do, this is water, I hope. Yes, it is water.
Gin.
The other thing it could have been was isopropyl alcohol.
Right, okay.
And and that wouldn't have worked, but
Oh wow, look at that.
there you go. So don't, before you clean your stamp, have a play and do something like that because you might get an extra print off there that you weren't expecting. There you go.
Brilliant, absolutely love that
Aren't
technique.
they lovely? Aren't they lovely? I'd have dried that one off before lifting it up, but that's fine.
Brilliant,
There we
absolutely
go.
love them. I think they're awesome. And I think, you know what, anyone could have a go at doing that, and colouring the stamp, stamping it out and giving it a go. I just want to recap what you're going to get in the tricolours. So you're going to get the Great Outdoors. Now this was the one that was been out of stock for a while now. Well, it actually sold out when we launched the collection. I'm going to say we launched them in October, November. I think it was around about that time. Was it our birthday event? So yeah, it would have been October we launched them. This sold out immediately, this one. So it's the first time it's been back in stock. So maybe you want to get that one on its own and complete your collection. It's available online on its own on our website. It's not on this specific show. Now, what you were also going to get in this collection, of course, is the essential neutrals as well, which is going to give you your earthy neutral, your rich neutral, your grey neutral. You're also going to get the colour basics as well. I love those. So many lovely, bright pops of colour within there. You're also then going to get the floral meadow too, with the bright floral, the warm fiery, and the fresh verdant as well. Now, not only do you get that, not only you're going to get all of those pens in there, which is awesome, because you're actually getting 36 colours across 12 markers, we're going to give you the case in which to store them in as well, which I think is brilliant. So it's completely taken care of for you. Should be $11.99 or $16 for the case on its own. You have got that there included as well. I know I've said it a few times during the show. I think as a little gift for someone, as a care package, this would be a really gorgeous gift. And also, I think so many of you out there will already own the Aqua markers and will own a full collection of the Aqua markers. I know that some of you will be going for this as well because, you know, having all the Aqua markers is amazing. It gives you so many different colours to choose from. However, what you have with these is the portability. You can take these on a train journey with you. You can take these on holiday with you. It means that they are such a truly portable way of getting some of your most favourite watercolouring done out and about on the go. I think both of them have their place without a shadow of a doubt. Very busy on those. Remember, if you're a platinum member, you can get them for £30.40 or $45.60. As a platinum member, £30.40, and you get the case. It's an awesome price. Let me move on to the Lee Holland stamps. Now, these have been very popular since we launched them. They're going to be awesome to work with your tricolour markers. Very popular today also. Now, what you've got here, Lee Holland is a renowned illustrator from London who has done these stamps for us. This is the only way, I believe, as well to get physical stamps from Lee Holland is with us here at Crafters Companion. So I know there's some digital stamps around that he does, but if you want physical stamps, and of course the best thing about physical stamps is it gives you even more when it comes to options and ways in which you can use these, then you need to get them from us here. If Friends with Flowers is the first one, you've then got You Are My Sunshine, which is this one just here. We also have With Love. I like this one because I think you could make it a bit grungy if you wanted to. Use some darker tones on there and create something very different. You've then got this one here, which is Hello You. We also have this one, which is From Me to You, that gorgeous birthday cake. And then finally, Thank You, which is this one just here as well. Again, play around with the colours on these. I think they are very playful. They're very modern again. I think there's lots of different occasions for which you could give those. Now, if that's not your bag, we've got something else for you. Just as well, to give you a heads up on this, this is an unbelievable deal on these Annabelle Spenceley stamps. And if you haven't got them, I would say buy them at this price because they are half price today, which is incredible. $14.75 or $20.95 to get your hands on all of these. You've got Lovely Lady, which is this one just here. This one is Love You This Much, as you can see with that gorgeous hot chocolate there. This is your birthday cheers that you've got just here. The next one, that is Enjoy the Adventure. This one here, this is Born to Shop. that was me through November and December. I'm honestly, the credit card is bulging after Christmas still, and I'm continuing to treat. Now I'm in January. I'm doing just treat myself January, you know, because it's winter. I've got to get through it. All dressed up as well is the other one that we've got just here. $14.75 or $20.95. I can always find an excuse to shop. You don't need much of an excuse to shop when they are half price. So definitely do grab hold of those. Now, we're going to go and show you the Aqua markers. I spoke to Fiona about this earlier. I was saying that all of the techniques are able to be done across both the tricolour aqua markers and these aqua markers as well. In here, remember, you're getting 24 markers in here and 2 nibs within each one of those markers. You've got the brush nib and you've got that bullet nib. So in here, you've got flame red, sunshine, alpine green, azure blue, Prussian blue, and the hot pink. This next one just here, this is your landscapes. You've got meadow, forest, sea green, lake blue, sandstone, and bark. The next one, this is botanicals. So you've got daffodil, fern, verdant green, rose red, fuchsia, and tulip. And we have the earth, which is the sage green, the bramble, the tawny, the clay, the peat, and the flint. $38.97 or $53.85 if you want to grab hold of those. No one's going to be paying that though. Club members, if you are platinum, $31.18 or $42.40 if you want to get your hands on those, which is fantastic. Right, loads of you still chatting away and saying, oh, lots to talk about. Birthday flowers.
But flowers are not just for birthdays, of course, anniversaries.
Absolutely.
You know, someone's favourite flower. Days for national days. For example,
Yes.
Wales, you've got the daffodil, haven't you, for Wales as well? The rose for England. So there are a lot of different ways you can use florals.
Do you know about name day as well? It's not something we have here in the UK, but in Scandinavia, it's a thing. Every day has a name, and you have a birthday, but you also have a name day as well.
They certainly do in Bulgaria as well.
Do they?
I've got a Bulgarian friend who said it was her name day the other day. And of course, if you're a Catholic, sometimes you have your saints' days names, because when you get confirmed, you take a saint's name. And so if you chose one saint, and then the saints have different days as well. Yeah, passes me by. And I was born on the feast of St. Peter and Paul. I had to have 2. There you go.
I know that my name day is in June. In Sweden, my name day is in June. But it doesn't say, it's obviously not Joseph, it's Josef or something like that. I don't know. It was a name that apparently...
That sounded like a really bad Muppet impression. That was the Swedish chef from the Muppets, wasn't it? Apologies to anybody Swedish who's watching.
I do a lot for Anglo-Swedish relations, I'll have you know. What I meant was... Joseph in Swedish sounds nothing like Joseph. I'm going really red now, so I'm going to carry on with the comments. Right, actually, let's just go to Fiona.
Cards?
I think because if I get any redder, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to have a nosebleed in a moment, Fiona. Over to you.
Let's have a look at these cards, because I do think these characters are adorable. Do you know, I didn't know that Lee was from London. Isn't that great? So you've got, this is the You Are My Sunshine. Now look at that. Can you see how that's been stamped? Exactly the way I stamped that marigold. So drawn on, and in fact, that was using the tricolours as well on watercolour card. But it doesn't matter what you choose to do. These are just adorable. You've got the If Friends Were Flowers. Look at that. I like dragons. I think dragons are fabulous. And this one is the birthday present, I think, or thank you, with that big card. You've also, there we are, there's another one of the Hallow You. It's just incredibly cute. It really is. I'm trying to find you some more different ones, but I keep going back to the ones I love. There we are. So, but look at this. Oh my word. How fab is that? Sheltering under the flower. That is just adorable, isn't it? Just really lovely. I think if you get these home, there are so many people. Look at that, a stack of pancakes. Oh no, it's a birthday cake. There we go. But isn't that fab as well? I just think they just make me smile. They're that kind of cute, really. So I'm just going to pop these away, and then we are going to have a play. Now, have we got Pebeo drawing gum on the show today?
It is on the show. Okay. It is there on the website.
Okay. Right, I will show you how we're going to use that. So I have taken that beautiful Hello You stamp because I just think that dragon is fabulous. It reminds me there was a cartoon which had a dinosaur baby in it that I used to sit there and go, I'm the daddy, I'm the daddy. I've no idea, it might have even been called Dinosaurs. I loved it. It's one of my favourite cartoons.
I don't know
as
that
an
one.
adult. I'm sure it was an animation or puppets. And anyway, it had a little, and it had like a little dinosaur baby who I thought was great, who used to sit in his chair. Yes.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
You don't remember? Oh, it's definitely fabulous. Now, look, I mean, again, you've got this big stamp to colour in with. Here we go.
I wish you could hear. I really
that was perfect.
wish. In fact, you know what? Maybe if I held my earpiece to my microphone, maybe you could do that again, Adam. What do you think? Hang on.
I think you should.
Would it not work? We get feedback. Okay. Basically, this is it. I'm going to try and recreate it. Oh no, I'm the baby. You're the mama.
Absolutely
Which
perfect.
basically what I just heard in my ear, which is apparently the noise that the dinosaur used to make.
Yes. Comment if you remember them and don't think that Adam and I have gone completely bananas.
Do you know
Thank
what?
you very
Sometimes
much.
I think we are at work here, and sometimes, Fiona, I think, have I slipped into a parallel universe? I think to myself,
Do you know,
is
it's
this
a happy
really happening?
place.
And it is, and it's fabulous. No 2 days are the same here at Crafters
This
TV.
is
I can
true.
assure you of it.
This is true. Yes. Right, okay, so we've got the baby. Now, if you've never seen Pebeo Drawing Gum, you will find it on our website, most definitely. It is a masking fluid, and it's got this pale pink. If I turn it there, you can see this pale pink, that's not pink, Fiona, that's blue. Pale blue colour in there. That's just so you can see where you're doing. It's a bit like an indexing. What I like about this is it washes out of your brushes with water, which means
awesome.
when you use it, you don't end up turning your brushes into sticks. So, and if you've ever used a masking fluid, some of the latex ones, you will know what I mean,
okay.
because what happens is your brush just all gums up together, and it doesn't matter how quick you try and be, you end up with a stick rather than a brush, and that is awfully wasteful. But this one washes straight out, and it means you can apply it with fine detail. So what we're doing is, because I want to do the background on this little character, first I'm just masking out, because how else would you mask out now? You can't put a paper mask, you cannot put a paper mask on something you're going to watercolour, because if you try to, what will happen is the paper will just get wet and the colour will seep through. So you need to find a way of literally protecting the paper which is underneath, but you also need something which is going to come away really easily so it doesn't damage your stamped image, because after you've gone to the trouble of stamping it beautifully, the last thing you want to do is to then cover it. But you can see how quickly I've been able to. I've just got his little leg to do.
I just think there's so much work and
There we go.
intricacy in that stamp that it actually looks awesome just coloured in with the drawing gum. I mean, and I guess that's the definition of a great stamp, a stamp that's doing a lot of the work for you, Fiona. It means you don't have to really add too much to it.
Absolutely. And then there's a brush ready for me to use to actually colour with, which is great, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice and
awesome.
easy. So leave that to one side to dry. It takes maybe 10-15 minutes. So I've got one right here. So whilst Joe was explaining to you about the stamps, I was stamping this image. I just went a bit over. I started to mask the background rather than the image. So, but there we are. So that's dry now and ready for me to use. The blue just means that I can see where it goes. Now there are a number of different ways you can do background techniques. So what you could do is just, let's go all the way around that bit, and I'm using my markers. Let's go, I quite like that lake blue. It's quite a dramatic colour, but I do quite like it. I'm just going to colour that on there and then just pick that up. And you can see.
I always get confused, Fiona, because is it the pencils you can't take the pencil to the wet image?
Well, with any wet image,
With the watercolour pencil, sorry, you wouldn't take the pencil to the wet
no,
page.
absolutely not.
Right.
Because with a pencil, what you've got is a pigment which has got a core.
Right.
And what you don't want to do is to get that core damp, because essentially what you would do is release all the pigment.
Okay.
Which would
but
be
with
unfortunate.
These, you can do that. You
Yes,
can
you
take
can.
the pen or the brush to the wet page and it works absolutely fine.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So we'll
I didn't know that.
Here we go. So you can see, even if I try and paint over that image, as long as the gum is there, it's not going to stick. Can you see? It's just repelling it. So we'll just add a little more deeper colour here. Now what I would normally do at home, if I was truly being honest, is I would let that colour dry and then put another layer down. But because I want to just get my heat gun and show you how you would take that colour away, I'm not going to worry. So here we go. So you don't have to do
I'm literally mesmerised, Fiona. I'm engrossed. You've got me. I'm not even doing the colouring, and already I'm sort of chilled out and in the zone.
But that is the fun thing about watercolouring, because at the end of the day, even if you go, well, that was interesting, and it goes in a book and you'd never show it to anyone, you've had that fun of experimenting. Now, one sheet of A4 watercolour card, I usually cut into 4 bits. So for each pack, I will get 60 little bits that I can colour with. So there we go. So I've got my little image there. So now what I'm going to do, I would usually let this dry, just because I think, I'm just going to dab off a bit of the water. Just looks like a cloudy background now.
Whilst you're doing that, loads of people still chatting away.
That will help.
Jan saying, I love the Lee Holland, I love them, made lots of cars using these. Kathy C saying how cute these dragons are, absolutely love them. Patty loves them as well. Tracy saying she just ordered this set. Sonia saying as well how much she loves the tricolours and how they're all different colours together there for you. Kathy says, you guys are making me laugh so much and I needed it today, so love you all. We love you too, Kathy. Thanks for tuning in. Chosen by Erica says it's called Dinosaurs. It was a show with life-size Muppets. Then it was made into a cartoon as well. Love that show. Will saying, I remember the dinosaur program. May's Cocoa Patch. I don't think that's her christened name, but we'll go with it. Says Dinosaurs was a 1990s skit comment. I loved it. Valerie saying she loves all these flowers. I've been making them all week. Think they're going to magically appear in my cart. Monica also made her mind up and bought the monthly flowers. And Darlene says Fiona makes colouring look so easy.
But colouring is fabulously easy. So what I've done is I've just dried that, and look, this is what you do next. You take your finger and you rub away where you had your drawing gum. And then
I said recently, and someone said it was
dragon-
disgusting, I said it's like when you've been on the beach and you've got lots of dead skin.
Do you know? Bless you. Yeah, I get that. But if you ever use something like one of the Copydex glues at school, one of the latex glues when you're at school, and you painted your hand so you could peel it off, which we all did, didn't we?
Do you want a top tip about Copydex? And
Go on.
I don't think it was used, I don't think what it was intended use was for, but Copydex is the glue in which drag queens use to put their eyelashes on. There you go.
Well,
there's a top
there
tip
you
for
go.
you. I wonder if Mr. Copydex thought that that was how it was going to end up being used when he designed it.
Right, I'm going to try and be good and put my image on the board.
Of course you are.
About there, and then hopefully if I turn it we don't lose it too much. See, I am good to you. So again, what we're going to do is we're just going to mix. I'm going to stick with that lake blue, and I'm going to go with the sunshine, which is also from the Aqua markers, and we're going to mix our own green, and I know the green will work because I'm using that same lake blue. So then when I want to colour my little dragon, colour your dragon. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? That is such a fabulous, wonderful colour. It really is.
Do you know, it almost looks like it's so vibrant there as it goes down. It almost looks like paint as it goes on. You know, quite neat, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just think this is one of my favourite things to do. I really do. I just think you can't help but have fun when you're playing with. Look at that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be smiling at my own things that I'm doing, but I'm just going to blend that out because it just makes me smile. This is the thing. So, and you know what? You don't have to get yourself in a twist about whether it's good or bad, or just have fun. Really,
it's good, Fiona. We can see it's good.
Because that's all you need to do, really.
And, you know, I think also if that was going onto a card or onto a stamp, you know, if that was someone's birthday, these stamps, the Lee Hollands, I think, again, quite versatile in respect to the amount of occasions that you could use them for, but also the different styles of crafting that you could then pop these onto. Because let's face it, you know, it's lovely, you're having loads of fun colouring them up, but then also you can turn them into other things if you want to as well.
You definitely could, you definitely could. I mean, I think these are just one of those images which are the right side of cute, that you could use them for adults, but I think children will absolutely adore them. I'll tell you what, if you've got kids on lockdown at the moment and you want to do some art projects with them and maybe teach them their colours or maybe teach them how to blend colours or something, wouldn't this be a great stamp to do it with? Fantastic image. Or maybe even storytelling. Print them out or stamp them out, a few of them that they can colour, and then they can make a story up. Because you've got them doing different activities, haven't you? So you could almost get them to do an illustrated story. But anyway, there we go. Or you can just play with them and go, no, they're mine.
How many people are trying to get to grips with remote home learning this week and homeschooling? Big shout out to anyone that is homeschooling at the moment. So schools in the UK are closed at the moment, secondary schools and primary schools and universities. So loads of people doing schooling from home. And I must say, it sounds like an absolute minefield from both sides of things. So I have friends that are teachers that are trying to homeschool classes from home, but then also friends that have children that are being homeschooled as well. And it sounds interesting. Johnny did it on Wednesday. How did it go, Johnny? It was tough, apparently. It was tough. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And maths for a 7-year-old is quite challenging, according to Johnny. Johnny says that he can't do those sums now, let alone when he was 7. So big shout out to, I'm sure there's lots of grandparents and parents out there that are doing a lot of homeschooling at the moment. Yes, there's got to be, if you're doing homeschooling, do you get to do fun things as well then, like art and PE? You must do. You must get to do the fun ones as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, but any activity, you can turn it into an educational activity, can't you?
Of course.
And you might have fun doing it as well, because I certainly wouldn't have fun doing maths.
No.
But I might enjoy sitting down and just maybe having play.
I don't think I'd enjoy the Joe Wicks PE in the morning.
Yeah.
Johnny says that Joe Wicks, if for anyone in the States, I'm not sure if the body coach is famous in the States, probably is. He's a personal trainer, sort of celebrity.
He's a very
coach.
active person who jumps around a lot.
Yes, absolutely. So he was doing
It's not natural.
all through the lockdown, first lockdown, he was doing physical education, PE, for children every single day. Now it's Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Did you have a go at it on Wednesday, Johnny? How did you get on? Did you do all of it? No. How far in did you get? 20 minutes out of the half an hour he got done. There you go. 20 minutes more than I did, so I shouldn't really point fingers, should I, Fiona?
Oh, bless. So we have used, and again, I don't normally colour a whole image in, and I know I'm doing this quickly, but I've used 3 pens.
It looks like you're having a lovely time to me, Fiona.
I am having a fabulous time, yes, thank you very much. But that's not the whole point of it. But here we go, look, I've used 3 of the Aqua markers. I have used the sunshine, the lake, and the tulip, if you're wondering. That's it, that's all I've used. And a little bit of card, and we've got that fabulous background, and we've got our really cute little dragon.
Absolutely beautiful. Really,
So, yeah,
really love that.
And the whole way that was made possible, you see, that's now dry and ready for me to use again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you haven't got it already, definitely have that drawing gum in your stash,
Yes.
because it is a really awesome, it's really awesome for masking, for stamping, for colouring as well. It's an awesome one too. $4.99 or $6.99 if you want to get your hands on it. We don't always have it in stock, so do grab it whilst it is there. What I want to do is take you back through again the Aqua markers. Now, remember the Aqua markers, you've got 24 pens in this collection, one colour per pen, but 2 different nibs on those as well. Here's your first, this is what you're getting. So you're going to get the Brights, which has the Flame Red, the Sunshine, the Alpine Green, the Azure Blue, the Prussian Blue, and the Hot Pink. We've then got the Landscape, which has got the Meadow, the Forest, the Sea Green, the Lake Blue, the Sandstone, and the Bark. Right, the next one we've got here, this is the Botanicals. So you've got Daffodil, Fern, Verdant Green, Pose. All show I've been trying not to call it Pose Red, and I've let myself down. Rose Red, Fuchsia, and Tulip. There we are. And this one here, you've got the Earth, which has got the Sage, Bramble, Tawny, Clay, Peat, and Flint. You get all of them, all 24 markers for that awesome price. Should be $51.96 or $71.80. Today you can see $38.97 or $53.85, which is a great saving. However, Platinum members, it gets even better. $31.18 or $42.40 is your price on those. Now, Fiona loves that rotating design board, and she is not on her own. Absolutely, loads of you love this. It's awesome for so many different types of crafts. It's brilliant for drawing, wonderful for sketching. It's great for colouring, but it's also wonderful to put things on too. Now, $15.99 or $19.99 if you want to get your rotating design board. However, shut the front door. We've got something brand new on the show for you. Totally, I don't think Fiona's even seen this, Totally Tiffany Nancy tote bag, which is designed for you to put your rotating design board into.
I'll go to the foot of my stairs. Wow, but that's brilliant. And actually, do you know what? I have to admit, I was in the studio, I saw a sneak peek of this, and it's sensational because not only does the rotating board go in, you can still fit a project in there, and you've got a fantastic pocket at the front and a zipper pocket inside. It is sensational, and it's about the size of, it's about the large size of a carry tote.
Okay.
I'm doing this with my hands. That makes no sense because you can't see me. But I would say it's probably yay size. But it's
Wonderful.
a nice one. You know, it's a nice handy one. You're not going to overfill it, but it is a nice handy one, and you can fit a whole project in there and a box of pens. It's brilliant.
Nice.
And the board.
Maybe you'd even be able to slip your carry case of your tricolours in the side of there beautifully. It is brand new though, that Nancy tote bag. So do grab that right now across on the website. Oh, I don't know when the next Totally Tiffany shows are, you know, because obviously I wasn't with you from like the 10th of December through to the 7th of January. It felt like I hadn't been in forever, but so I'm a bit out of the loop. I need to sit down and go through my calendar, work out when everything is. I know I've got a fabulous ink pad show with Fiona tomorrow. I also know that I've got a great craft house with Craig tomorrow as well, and I'm going to get to sit in a brand new bit of the studio, which I'm looking forward to. And also, I know that the lovely Debbie Fisher's going to be here joining me on Sunday as well. I haven't seen Debbie for months, so it's going to be so nice to be reunited. What I must say as well, don't forget, what we're going to do about the favourite, yes, you've done a couple demos, you've done a couple of complete demos, I'd say.
We've got some little bits, haven't we?
Yeah.
They're not cards, but we've got some little bits.
Absolutely, you're going to vote for your favourite bits from this show, and that will go into the runway of crafting that we've got here behind me, that of course we will look back on Second Chance Sunday. The crafty catwalk. That means that I'd have to be able to, okay. Yeah. I could, okay. Crafty catwalk. We'll go down. I can't demonstrate the catwalk. You know, I could start voguing along our crafty catwalk. Don't think it's going to happen, do you? Honestly, they asked for a lot here, I tell you. Right, I have no idea what we're meant to be doing next. Tricolour pens is where we are going next. Let me share these with you. Again, honestly, how can you call it work when it is this much fun? I don't know how we get away with it. I really don't. We're going to go back to the tricolours, the great outdoors. Now, remember what the tricolours are all about. They are curated colours, in essence, that have been designed and picked that they're going to be able to use together. And what that means is, you can pick up one pen, the rich floral pen, and you can blend seamlessly across those three colours. So you've got purple, hot pink, and you've got heather there as well. What you've also then got is two other pens which also blend seamlessly in the same way, but also a selection of colours that you can use together to create an awesome project. I look at that and I see tropical flowers. That's what I see immediately. I think you could take those three pens, those 9 colours, and create something really, really awesome. So you've got your great outdoors. This one was out of stock for a long time. It's back in stock right now in this collection. It is available on its own individually if you're looking to complete your collection too. You've also got the essentials and neutrals there. You're also getting the colour basics, and you're going to get the floral meadow within there as well, which is awesome. Now, not only do you get all of that, you also get the case included as well. And the case is brilliant. Let me just open this up and show you, because you've got all your pens stored in there. And the other great thing about this is 12 pens is the complete, 12 markers is the complete collection with these tricolours. We talked about it earlier. We've got tricolours and we've got aqua markers on the show for you as well. They are, in essence, they are the same product. They have the same ink, they have that same formulation within there, which is a proprietary formulation to Spectrum Noir. And what that means is you can't buy or find the ink that is in our Spectrum Noir products anywhere else. It is formulated especially for our Spectrum Noir products. There are other brands out there on the market that might just go to a factory and say, do you know what? Pour a bit of that ink in there and off we go. No, we have refined it, we've formulated it as well with the factories, so we know that we're getting something that is of the utmost quality. It's the same ink in both sets, and I think even if you owned all the aqua markers, there is definitely still a place for the tricolours because of the portability, because of that ease of use. And if you are a beginner, you are absolutely going to love using those as well. Please keep getting your comments in. Lots of you chatting away still. Sally saying this has been so much fun. Tracy says I just ordered these stamps for my niece. Aisha saying super cute. Stephen saying how the gum is a real game changer. Carol Ann loving the Totally Tiffany stuff. Cable Gal says also show. And Merlin saying great colouring tips as well. Love those dragons. Do you know what we haven't done, Fiona?
What haven't we done,
We haven't showed everyone snow today from outside, have we? I am going to WhatsApp my video of the snow to Johnny and see if we can get it played out. So whilst I do that, do you fancy? No, I don't need to ask you, do I? Do you need to ask Fiona if she fancies doing some colouring?
No.
Of course she always does. Oh, she doesn't apparently. No, she does. We know she does really.
Right, so I'm using that fabulous rotating drawing board again, and you'll notice what I've done is I've got a piece of cardstock and I have taped it to my board. So that means I can turn it round like that and it stays where it is, which is really handy. And I thought I want to show you a really simple landscape which anybody can do. So even if you haven't got any stamps in your armoury yet, you can still get these home and have a bit of a play. So I'm going to be using all sorts of different colours with it, but I will try and sing out when I start. So this is about a 5x7 piece of card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a sort of imaginary line about 2/3 down around there, and just wet this top piece of card here. So I've just put some cleanish water on there. This is a jasmine colour that I'm just going straight in with, and I'm just going to pop a bit just in here, pick that up. So it's just actually a very, very pale yellow. I might make that darker so you can see what I'm doing at home. So these might not necessarily be the colours I would use, but this way you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to add a bit of random yellowy colour to there. Gosh, that does look yellow. Okay, somewhere between the two would have been good, Fiona, but that'll do. Then we're going to start by popping a few clouds in the sky. And for this, I'm using my dark grey, and I'm using I'm going to put a little bit of dark grey and a little bit of blue going on. And whilst this is still wet, what I'm going to do is just do myself a few clouds there. So what we're doing is just putting in a few clouds and a few bits of straggliness going on there, and this will change colour, and these clouds are going to just...
You are transporting me to a beach somewhere, Fiona, you know.
Aren't they pretty?
I can almost taste the pina colada. Ooh. And I can smell, you know, that smell of sun cream when you're on your way back to the room after a long day on the beach.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So we just add a few bits. So I'm literally doing nothing more than just adding flecks of colour into wet card. There we go. So we're just going to blend some of that out. I want a little bit of pink going on in there as well. So there we go. So the thing about clouds and skies, etc., is they are very rarely all blue if you really look at them. Well, they aren't in the UK anyway, and if you see a really blue sky in the UK, you are generally quite shocked. And certainly at the moment, so you certainly don't. So here we go.
Jokes. Well, he doesn't joke because it is the truth. When did Ben start with? Ben started in September? Yeah, I think it was about September Ben must have started. He has not seen the sunshine in Aycliffe in the whole time that he's worked up here.
No,
and Newton Aycliffe is
really?
where we are. Honestly, we don't get a lot of sun, I must say. Surprisingly though, Manchester is equally renowned for being miserable weather-wise, but we've had loads of really sunny wintry days recently. It's been really lovely, yeah. Nothing better, I think, Fiona, getting yourself all bundled up on a cold sunny day and going out for a nice long walk.
Oh, definitely.
And taking a flask of tea with you. That's what I did on Wednesday. Oh, it was good.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I did 18,000 steps and drank a flask of tea. It was brilliant.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I did have the biggest blister yesterday and could hardly walk and hobbled around the studio for the entire day.
Yeah, but going, sympathy, give me sympathy.
Well, that's my exercise done now for the year, you see. That's me finished.
So, the bottom part, can you see there's an imaginary line if I stick my pen there, just about there?
Oh, yeah.
So the top of that is going to be sky, the bottom of that is going to be some kind of lake going on. So what I need to do now, Joe, is I just need to dry that off.
Okie doke.
Before I do the next bit.
Loads of you still chatting away. Teresa saying, I need this board. Honestly, any of you that don't have the board in your life, you need it. It is an absolute game changer. Marilyn saying, this is a great masterclass, Fiona. I can't wait to use my Tri-Blend Aqua markers, and I'm purchasing the regular set. Also, thanks to you and Joe's clarification. You are more than welcome. Absolutely you are. Remember, you're going to pick Fiona's favourite demonstration before the end of the show, so make sure you do that across on Facebook and YouTube. If you've got any questions about either product, absolutely anything, now is the time to get those questions in, and we'll try and get them answered for you before the end of the show. I would still love to see some stuff that you guys have been colouring at home. And don't think because it's an Aqua marker Colour Me Happy show that it needs to just be stuff that you've coloured in your Aqua markers. I want to see any of your colouring, whatever you've been up to with any of your different styles and types of colouring mediums. Send us those pictures. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. And we've got such a fun weekend of shows ahead as well, and into next week too. What I'll do actually before the end of this show, I'll let you know what all the shows are for the next few days, so you can make sure you mark your diary. Johnny just exhaled loudly there. I've got it written down here, Johnny. Don't panic. It's down here. How are you getting on with that, Fiona?
Here we go. It's dry now. So what I'm going to do is to put in some hills just in the back. So I'm going to use the grey, and I want a kind of purpley colour as well, a little bit of a purpley grey. But this is a fun thing about working with these, is you can mix your own colours. So we're just going to mix a bit of a very purpley grey. So again, I'm just going to, oh gosh, that is very dark. There, where's my paper? That's okay, we'll just spread that out a bit. That was deeper and darker than I thought it was going to be, but it's fine. So,
and is there a top tip if you do, You got get a bit gung-ho and put too much on of any of these,
Just
Fiona.
spread it out a bit.
Sorry?
There we go. Just spread it out a bit like I've done here. So just water it down because they're watercolours, so you can water them down very easily. So we'll just add a little bit of watercolour here. So I just want a kind of hill shape. This is very simple, this as a landscape, but it's a nice, easy one to play with just there. And then I just want some darker hills on the front. I'm just moving that down so I can grab my colour, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing. We'll just have a little bit, we're just going to have a little bit of a deeper colour going on here, maybe deeper bit of hill just there. There we go. And then we need a shadow for that hill. There we go. So not putting any extra colour on, I'm just bringing in just a wee bit of darkness. There we go. So that's the hills reflected. So the very low hills, very low rolling hills. There we go. So I'm going to dry that and then we're going to put the detail in, hopefully.
Awesome.
And it's going to be a bit of an abstract landscape, but it's fun to play with and it means you can have a play when you get home. And nobody is going to do one quite like yours or mine.
Absolutely. I saw a tweet earlier that I thought made me laugh after we were talking about superpowers in the earlier show. And it said, the fact that, now I'm going to get it wrong, aren't I? I started talking about it. You are the only version of you. That is your superpower. That's what someone said in a tweet. And I thought, do you know what? That is very, very enlightening. So I thought I'd share that with you. It's the way I tell them. Teresa says how much she needs this board. Suzette's loving the class. Crafty AJ agreeing that design board makes all the difference when it comes to colouring, Fiona.
It really does. It is just fabulous. Right, okay. So now we're going to get to the really easy bit. What we're going to do is we're just going to sketch in a very rough tree using these direct to paper. So now we're just going to put an odd few branches in, maybe there.
Fiona, this is looking fabulous.
But it's just playing, isn't it? I mean, this is the thing. So we're going to go in with the lighter colour there. And you don't need, again, you don't need to get yourself too sort of wound up about it. Just do what you feel is fun more than anything else. We're getting the lightest colour now. Is that the lightest colour? Yes. There we go. Well, lightish. That'll do. As I say, don't get yourself too exercised about it. So there's a tree, roughly. Then we're going to go in and start, look at this, easiest leaves you've ever done in your life. Just have a bit of light just on the edge, just there, maybe here, a few bits.
So you're going to add water to the tree or just the direct to paper with the tree?
Just direct to paper.
How awesome.
So it
looks a bit Japanese almost to me, Fiona.
It's quite possible. Yes.
I've not been to Japan, but if I'm imagining...
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you want to add water to it, you absolutely can. But what I wanted to do was just to say, look, have a play, because having a play is the best fun that you can have. And it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter whether you've done a masterpiece or whether you've just done something you're pretty happy with. That is absolutely fine. So if you want to blend the colours in a wee bit more, you can, of course, go over it with a damp brush. But equally, there we go, got the tree going in. So if you wanted to blend those colours in, make that a little bit more, here. Let's smudge those colours together a wee bit, just by pouncing.
Just the different sort of possibilities. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but the possibilities are endless with these, aren't they? You know, when you come to blending them together, you're creating infinite amounts of colours. You know, you're showing us techniques where we're not adding water, but then the same technique with water added creates something completely different. It really is amazing the amount of different things that you can achieve.
Absolutely. I just want to... that line is just a bit tight for me, so I'm just going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to add a bit of pale blue in there. That's me being fussy now. I'll stop being fussy in a minute. I'll tell you what it is. I've just got a very definite line here which I just want to soften a tiny bit. So I'm just going to pull that colour way, way out. So just to soften that shoreline a bit. That's better.
I think it looks
Prefer
incredible.
the look of that. And then all we're going to do to finish it off at the bottom is the good old faithful. There we go. We'll just have a few flicks just to do some grass and some
I think we found the
foliage.
winner, to be honest, Fiona.
What's that?
I mean, I think the box frame over here, it's shook. The box frame is quaking. It is watching you do this watercolour demo. The box frame is like, make a stop, make a stop. Yeah, I think we're going to be we're going to have another contender for demo of the week here, I think.
Do you think? But I mean, it's so easy, isn't it? Because it really is. There was nothing more than splodging a bit of card. And there will be people out there going, yep, Fiona, you're right. That's all you've done is splodge some card. And do you know what? That's fine. Because here we are. My trademark. The only thing I can draw.
Sarah's hummingbird just flew away. It's watching you do that demo. It's so convinced it's going to get demo of the week. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. I really do. And I think putting the edge around it like that you've done there, really, I mean, that's a work of
Isn't
art,
it?
that, Fiona. I would absolutely pop that in a frame and have that on a shelf somewhere. I think it is gorgeous.
It's fun, isn't it? So there we are, all with the tri-blend pens. And there we go. Shall I hold that up? There we go.
How awesome is that?
Isn't that fun?
Really, really, that looks serene. It looks, do you know what it looks? I'm not sure where that is. I'm not sure if it's Japan, I'm not sure, but wherever it is, it looks warm, it
Yes.
looks peaceful.
Yes.
It looks like you could definitely go for a little bit of a swim in that lake at some point as well.
Definitely.
I mean, it sounds like my kind of holiday. I think that's amazing. And you could do that with both styles of these pens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, love it. £38, $57 if you want to go for the tricolours. Make sure that you're using the right paper, of course. Remember, we have got that watercolour card available for you right now over on the website as well. I did say it was 4 for £10 earlier. It's 3 for £10. My mistake, just correct myself. But it means you get 45 sheets of the cardstock for £10 or $14, which is great value for money. It really is. Let me remind you as well what you're getting in the tricolour collection. Not only are you going to get the 12 pens, which contain, of course, 36 different colours, you're also going to get as well the carry case in which to pop them into there as well. So they are your colours. There is your case as well. Let me just open this up for you just to share with you, because of course all of the pens store beautifully in there, which is awesome. Right, there's that. Now we're going to go back to the birthday stamps. They are really, really busy. How are we getting on with that video of the snow? Did we get it? Can we have a look at it? I want you to check this out. Now look, bearing in mind, this we don't get snow ever. Check out the scenes. These were the scenes when I arrived at work today. It was absolutely coming down. The lovely Fiona drove all the way from London in that. How long did it take you this morning, Fiona?
I set off at 6:15, and what time did I get here? About 11. So
Yeah.
I took it steady. I have to be honest, it wasn't like that the whole way up. It was fine until I got to Leeds.
Right.
And then it did that.
People say that no matter what the weather's doing. It was fine until I got to Leeds. I'm only joking. If you live in Leeds, it's a great city. I have lots of friends that live there. Oh gosh, the entire population of Leeds are on the phone apparently. Right. Let me go through these birthday stamps. I'm getting myself in a lot of trouble today. Right, so these are awesome, recently launched, and the great thing about these is that what you get is you get the stamps, which you can use them on your own, of course you can, and then what you get is the dies as well. And it's almost like they are crying out to be decoupage, because you can cut extra elements here and really start to build this up, build it into a bit of a wreath if you wanted to. Think about, using different flowers from different months and actually maybe putting them together and creating your own sort of posies or bouquets with them as well. Absolutely, you can do that. There's loads of options for you with this. What you've got here is the flower for January, which is the carnation, which is looking absolutely splendid. This next one here, that is primrose, as you can see there. I love that little detailing just there.
And I love the fact you get a frame, you get a die which cuts that frame out, and then all of the sentiments say, here comes the sun, will all fit in that frame as well.
Ah, awesome. So that's sort of the frame for
Yes.
your embellishments, which is brilliant. The next one you've got here is the daffodil. And again, what you can see is you've got the little frame there for your sentiments, which is sending smiles, spring has sprung, but that is your March flower daffodils. Awesome. Wouldn't these maybe be awesome for creating or crafting calendars for people for next year? And you know, you could do the flowers for the months as you went through. I think it'd be a lovely idea. Or you could do it now. You could do it for, what's the, I always get the other, what's the other calendar called? No, it's got a name. The one that starts in September. You can get you get a diary and it starts in September. Academic, there we go. We got there in the end. April is your daisy, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Fiona's got something that she's very proud of over there. I'm going to take a look at it.
No.
What is that?
I was just thinking it's another variation on the theme of your academic calendar, but this is a birthday book, so you can stamp a page with a month, and then everybody who has a birthday in February or March or April, as you go through, you can pop their birthday in, and this becomes the constant. So instead of having to worry about swapping it over onto calendars every year, you've got yourself a birthday book with everybody's key dates in it.
And do you know what? The thing is, social media is great. Absolutely. Social media is awesome. Sometimes it's a pain in the backside, as we know. But in the most part, I think it's awesome, especially for helping us stay in touch with people and also letting us know about people's birthdays. But the thing is, it is often too late, isn't it? You only find out it's their birthday on the day, and really you wanted to send them a card. So I think having something like that, like a book or a calendar or a place where you write all the birthdays in, I think is a really great idea to make sure you don't miss some. The next one that we've got here is May was the Lily of the Valley, sorry. Lily of the Valley, we were saying earlier, is one that you don't see an awful lot of, so it's lovely to have that included in there. This, of course, is your rose in June, and the great thing about this, of course, you're going to be able to colour this up in so many different ways. The next one we've got here, this is the Delphinium, as you can see, which is the flower of July, which is really, really beautiful. The next one here, this is your Gladiolus, as you can see. They're really lovely. I was saying, we had a lot of these in the supermarkets and the florists this summer. Saw loads and loads of them. Aster is the one for September, which again is a really lovely one. Imagine decoupaging that up and creating more elements, or again doing that, of course, with some of the leaves. October is the marigold there, as you can see. You've also got the chrysanthemum in November, and then finally, of course, it had to be, didn't it, the poinsettia in December. £160 if you want to go for these, or $187. Club Inspire Platinum members, you'll be able to get another £32 off of those, making them £128. In the US, $149. Everyone's going to get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling on those as well, which is absolutely awesome. Let me see what you guys are up to on the interweb as well. Mary saying that looks great Fiona, thank you so much for that demo. Marilyn and Sandy saying Fiona is awesome, Fiona's demos are awesome as well. Kathy says I'm going to try that last technique, it's beautiful. Good. Betsy saying it's so pretty. Lynn saying it looks great. You literally broke the internet at that last demonstration, Fiona. Marion says, wow, are you serious? This is amazing. Fiona the colouring goddess. Tonya says, that is absolutely beautiful. Benny loves it as well. June says, OMG, that is beautiful. Merlin saying that you've outdone yourself, Fiona. Karen says, you've inspired me to give it a try. Angela and Donna also loving it as well. Honestly, the watercolour scene is off the chart when it comes to favourite demo votes. I think it would be hard to see anything beating it. But Fiona Clayton is Fiona Clayton, and there's 12 minutes left of this show, so all bets are off. Who knows what could happen in the last 12 minutes, Fiona?
Anything can happen. Anything can happen in the next 12 minutes. Now, that's another children's programme, wasn't it? Now, I've taken the complementary colours from the basic set. So I have got in here an amber, an orchid and alpine green. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a really quick background, because do you know what? it doesn't matter where you start with these, as long as you start. So I've just marked out the size of my card on my mat, and then all we're going to do, and if you tell me you can't scribble on a glass mat, I'm going to say I don't believe you. I don't believe it. So here we go. So anyone can scribble on a glass mat. There we go. It's a little bit scribble on the glass mat, and then a little bit of green, because we've been told they're complementary colours, so let's put it to the test.
On a slightly different note,
Yeah.
maybe it's the scribbling that's made me think of this. On a different note, if you do have young members of the family that love a bit of colouring in,
Yeah.
I know Sarah, for instance, Charlie loves colouring her 4-year-old, and she's always allowed him to use the Aqua markers.
Yes.
Because unlike an alcohol marker, I'm guessing if these do get on a bit of wall or they end up on a bit of furniture or something like that, I'm guessing they're going to come out easier than something like an Aqua marker.
They are, but you still need to treat them straight away because the
Okay.
pigment in here is strong. The
Okey
falsing is strong. So the pigment is going to be strong in here. I'm sorry. Too little coffee, I think, hey? Too little coffee after too long a day. This is what happens. This is what happens. So let's see. How about that for a background?
Love that.
Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty?
Can you
Really
use
lovely.
clear sparkle pen
Yes.
with Aqua markers?
Yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes. Here we go. So you can see it's that really beautiful. And you know the colours are going to work because we chose them all from the one pen. So that just needs to dry to one side. And we're just going to do another way of doing another quick background. I do like that background actually. I love the colours in it.
Really, really gorgeous. I mean, I told you 12 minutes. Who knows what can happen when Fiona's in the studio.
Yeah.
Tonya's saying how much she loves the birthday book idea. She will be creating one. And do you know what? You could create one of those, I guess, whatever kind of craft you're into, couldn't you, Fiona?
Yes.
And also, Clarice says you are so talented and inspiring. Honestly, if you think this show's been amazing, you wait till you see Fiona crack out the ink pads tomorrow. Oh, gonna blow our tiny minds with ink pads. We've got a couple of different varieties, I hear, as well, Fiona.
We've got watercolour, we've got pigment, we've got Midas, we've got some amazing embossing folders as well. If you haven't seen them, you need to watch. And we're going to be doing all sorts of tips and techniques. Right, so what I've got is those same 3 colours there, and I've got me little dragon. So nice damp brush, pick up some of the colour.
Oh, I love this.
Isn't this great for a very quick background? So because he is completely protected, isn't this fun?
So much fun. Do you know who did this technique a lot? Was the very talented Benita Malby, who joined us for one of a couple actually of our Colour Me Happy shows on watercolouring as well. And she really did a lot with this technique, Fiona. And I was surprised how many different sort of looks and feels you could get just with the tapping technique. I think it's awesome.
Absolutely. And do you know what? We should say get well soon to Benita, because I know she's been a little poorly, a little under the weather.
Poorly.
So we should give her our love and say get well soon. We are thinking of you.
Oh, absolutely. Get well soon, Benita. We absolutely love it when she joins in the studio. So hopefully she'll be fighting fit again soon.
So you see, what I would do is I would obviously wait until this background is completely dry. So, but what I'm just going to do is show you this. So actually, shall I tip it forward and show you? So there we go. So then when that's dry and I rub away the Pebeo masking gum, my background's already done, and all I need to do is to colour it in. And that, by the way, while I'm here,
Look at
isn't that beautiful? The colours just work. So
do you know
all of
what?
That's
a very good visual representation of the inside of my brain. That's how I see everything, you know, in that colour.
But would you have thought, if you'd picked up orchid, alpine green and amber, that they would be complementary colours and they would work so well on a background? Because I wouldn't. No. It's the fact they were in a pen and they said complementary, and I thought, okay, well, do you know what? Let's give it a try. But my word, they were right. Look at that. That is stunning. Awesome. That is just ready to draw and to stamp over. Isn't it pretty?
Really, really gorgeous. Would love to see that used with one of our fancy fonts cut out of it as well.
Oh,
you know, just as a
perfect.
lovely sort of, yeah, wonderful sort of background wash die cut letter. Maybe it would look gorgeous as well, or some sort of greeting. Let me remind you what's in here. I've really loved this show. Lots of you have loved it as well. A lot of you talking about saving this show. So remember, if you're watching us on Facebook, you can share it, which is awesome. And that means then that it will be on your wall. So you can go back and watch it anytime. You can save it. I believe if you're on YouTube, the kids call it bookmarking it on YouTube. I'm not
Do
sure.
they?
Is that what you do?
Oh,
And you can turn them into a playlist. I must admit, I don't really use YouTube. So someone suggested I downloaded TikTok the other day, and I downloaded it and used it for about a minute and a half, and I deleted it again. I had no idea what I was doing. I've seen lots of funny videos posted, but I think maybe I just need to leave it for other people to post the funny ones that I need to see on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll leave it there. Right, let me run you back through what you're getting included here. 4 collections for you. They give you 12 markers, which gives you 36 colours. You've got the Great Outdoors, you've got the Essentials Neutrals, you've also got the Colour Basics, and you've got the Floral Meadow in here as well. £38 or $57. It doesn't just get you that, it also then gets you, of course, as well, the carry case that you're going to be able to pop these into. This case is absolutely awesome because it allows you to store all 12 of those markers there and use them very easily, which is fantastic. Really, really great value there on those. Right, without a shadow of a doubt, the demo that is the winner, according to the internet, is the watercolour scene that you did, Fiona. So do you want to just share us that? Do you want to show us that again? Actually, do you want to show us the other bits that you've got over there as well? Is that all right?
Why not? We've done a fair few. So we've done a very simple background. We have used Pebeo drawing gum and done a splatter background, so that's ready for the gum to be rubbed off. We did a very simple background with the Pebeo drawing gum and then painted this lovely little fella with 3 of the Aqua marker colours. We did some stamping with the tri-blend pens, just straight onto the stamp and then pulling the colour out. We did some direct to paper with that lovely daffodil, which was where we started. And with the tri-blend, we created just that very simple landscape.
Awesome.
There we
What's
go.
with the clock?
Oh, I couldn't find anything to lean it against. I needed something to lean it against.
I thought you were setting your alarm for tomorrow to make sure you didn't.
Yeah,
Is that your
that's if
alarm
we
clock?
can't get back. No, that's if we can't get back. No. I just needed something to lean it against. Do you know the things I find, eh?
Oh, Fiona, I don't know why, but that's if
I
really
get snowed
tickled
in
me.
and I've got the bed in the green room, that'll wake me up in the morning. you see, it's
Absolutely.
fine.
Well, I thought we were going to have to top and tail, but apparently there's a pull-out bed underneath it as well,
Oh,
so we'll
steady.
we'll
There we
be
go.
able to snuggle down together. Yeah, so that's fine with it. I think we'll be all right. It doesn't
Yeah,
look too
I think
frozen
we'll be
out there, so I
fine.
think we'll be fine. Now, as I said, there's loads of stuff coming up for the rest of the week. If you I'm going to be with you actually for another 4 days as well here on Crafters TV. So yeah, I'm honestly, days with me like buses. You got none for a month and then 6 came along at the same time, which is great. It feels so nice to be back in the Crafters TV studio. Also, this new studio, honestly, it's like, do you know what it's like? It's like I've travelled economy for years, Fiona, and then one day I got on a 747. Not only did I turn left, I went up the spiral staircase as well, and I'm sat in first. That's how it feels in this brand new studio. It's gorgeous, but there's loads coming up over the course of the weekend. As we talked, masterclass tomorrow, myself and Fiona, all things ink pads, which will be awesome. Craft House, which is flower forming, tomorrow. That's the second show, myself and Craig, 4 p.m. UK time. Looking at flower form, we're going to be joined by one of our lovely Crafters TV viewers. Bianca's going to be joining us for that. And you'll get to see the new lounge part of the studio as well, which is going to be very, very exciting. And then on Monday as well, Monday. Monday. So much happens on Monday, doesn't it? Because it's the start of the new schedule. Craig will be here with you at 9 o'clock for your wake-up call with Craig, which will be awesome. I'm going to be here with Craig as well for the Craft Vault at 11 a.m, which will be fantastic. And then I've got a masterclass with the Edgeables with Debbie Fisher, which will be lovely. And then also Monday Makers is the Silhouette Animals as well as the Spiral Pop-Outs and the Textured Corners. That's myself and Debbie as well. And then I'll be joined again by Craig for part 2 of the Craft Vault. Do you know what? There's so many shows now. We're going to need a dedicated show to tell you what all the shows are that are coming up, because honestly, we're nearly out of time after I've gone through just the next few days. It's really exciting. I know so many of you are really excited for the new programming that starts next week. Live with you, UK times, 9 a.m, 11 a.m, 1 p.m, 4 p.m, and 7 p.m. So yes, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of crafting. There's going to be a lot of awesome deals, and I know you guys are absolutely going to love it. Fiona, can I say it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to spend the day with you today in the studio, and I'm looking forward to that show tomorrow. Can you give us a little bit of a soupçon, a sort of VIP preview of what we might be seeing demo-wise tomorrow?
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is primarily looking at how to get the best out of the ink pads. And one of the things we're going to be looking at is the different properties. So I've got some awesome demonstrations where we're going to be using the pigment ink pads and then using clear embossing powder, and we'll be looking at a bit of triple embossing as well. We're also going to be looking at how you can highlight certain areas using folders and stencils. We'll be doing letterpressing with them. We'll be turning our ink pads into paints as well. We're just going to have really good fun, I hope.
Awesome, really good crafty fun is what we had today, and it's what we'll have all day tomorrow. If you are here in the UK, I hope you have a really lovely evening. It's Friday night, woohoo! You might be cracking open the wine, who knows? If you are across in the States, then enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend. A massive thank you to Fiona as always. Big thank you to the team. I used to say the team next door in the gallery, the team over there in the gallery, somewhere over there. Honestly, it's cavernous in this place. And of course, the biggest thanks as always to each and every one of you guys at home. Have a brilliant day, have a great evening, and we'll all see you back here for another fabulous day of crafting tomorrow. Take care.